Good.
Good. You had a good start to your week last time we talked. Yeah. How did it go for you?
It's going okay. The weekend was a nice break.
Yeah. Anything fun? Anything different this weekend?
Work on Saturday. Worked at the ambulance on Saturday, and then Sunday I went to my nephew's 8th birthday party. So that was nice. He was a little bit crazy.
What'd you bring him?
Giant water gun.
Oh,
Giant, like massive water gun.
his
He
mother
loved
must
it.
be very happy about that.
She's the one who suggested it.
Really?
It was either that or his other request was an iPhone 5.
Yeah, that's not it.
And I'm like, you're 8.
That's good. So that's pretty much what you summed up this weekend. A little bit of work. Did you get a day off?
Yeah, go to his party. That was about it.
That was it? But then you worked again on Sunday?
I worked on Saturday and I had Sunday off.
Had Sunday off. So we were able to get done a lot of that work that we were talking about that you're overloaded with?
I was able to get most of that done since we had spring break this week.
Yeah.
Last Sunday I got that ethics paper done for this class, which is due Monday. Oops. Time management. But other than that, I mean, I kind of don't really have anything waiting on me right now other than my next assignment for this class.
So not having to come to campus at least 3 or 4 days a week, did that make you feel like
Amazing.
Time management was a little bit more feasible for you?
It made me feel like I could actually sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not feel like squished.
Yeah.
So.
Squished in the sense of what? What do you mean by squished?
Like, gotta go from work to class, back home. By the time I get home, it's like I need to go to bed because I have to get up for work the next day. So like Mondays and Tuesdays, like there's no chance for me to get anything done. But last week I was able to actually get some homework done, get some assignments done, actually have some time to relax and just take a breath instead of feeling like I have to run here.
So what's going through your head when you're going from one place to the next? When you leave from work and you got to come here, and then knowing you have to go someplace else and get something else done, what's running through your head at the time? Do you do anything in between to help you get that off of your mind, or are you constantly thinking about it?
I listen to some nasty, hardcore rap music after work. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Just blasted. That is like that whole like tune out.
Yeah. And what does that do for you?
Tune out. It's just too loud to be able to like focus on anything.
To get rid of basically your own voice in your head telling you what to do every second, pretty much.
Yeah, kind of.
And do you find that works?
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah.
On a particularly rough day, not so much. Friday was a really tough one for our whole classroom. They just, one kid after the other, just constant behaviors. If it wasn't one kid, it was another kid. If it wasn't that kid, it was another kid. We were clearing the room for this kid, then that was causing another kid to freak out. There wasn't enough rap in the world.
Yeah.
So I went home and I had a glass of wine.
That's good.
Big glass of wine.
No, we don't.
Bottle of wine.
Bottle of wine. Now, do you resort to?
Not generally, no.
No, it just kind of.
It was a Friday night. It was like,
Just to kind of unwind a little
Yeah.
bit, go to sleep.
not even really to go to sleep, just as like with dinner, and then it was an after dinner class too. Not like crazy out of the ordinary, but enough for me to be like, I just need to go to sleep, like, and not think about how awful this day was.
So out of all these stresses that you have, so we got, we talked about it last time we met too. It was school, obviously work, and both work really. You have your EMT job and special ed job. Which of those 3 stressors really makes you almost over the top? I don't know how I want to put this. Not feeling stress. I don't want to keep using the word stress. I want to try to put it in terms of making you not feel like yourself. Like, which job out of all those, school, your special education job, or EMT, which one of those makes you uneasy?
Right now, the EMT job, I guess that's the other big thing that I didn't mention. I was promoted to vice commander at my ambulance.
Congratulations.
master's in, and I'm kind of like, great, like this is really exciting, but I'm like, the commander is out of town, so the person who's supposed to be kind of walking me through, hey, this is how you be vice commander, is out of town. So as vice commander, the job is to step into his place in his absence. So it's like, oh, by the way, you're now acting commander too for until he gets back from Florida. And I'm like, I don't even know how to be a vice commander. Okay, cool. And then it was vehicle issues, and it was this, and that. And it's like, so I'm on the phone while I'm on my way from class to school, like with people like, what's going on? Why do we have 3 ambulances out of service? We only have 3 ambulances, and why are they all out?
So that this week was was the most stressful job, but is it consistently the EMT? Or
No,
is it
no, that's more of just that new addition to
situation?
the position was like just that automatic, like trying to figure out how to do this. It's like in my EMT job, I'm comfortable. Like I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know how to do my job. This is a whole new like big step.
So where do you see yourself going? Where's the EMT job going to take you, and where's the special education job going to take you? Are they ultimately going to take you in the direction that you want to get your master's in, or is it more so, you're doing it because you enjoy it?
The EMT is, I'm doing it because I genuinely just love what I do. Like, honestly, if I had realized early enough on, before starting my bachelor's in psych, how much I was going to love what I do there, I probably wouldn't have even gone on for my master's. Might not even finish my bachelor's. But I figured out late enough in the ball game that it was like, well, I love this too. It's just like there's a difference. Like there, it's like literally like that's like where I know where I'm comfortable. Like that's my comfort level.
In the EMT?
Yeah. Whereas kind of at the school, it's kind of like just a little bit of uncertainty. Like, am I doing this right? Like this restraint, why is it not working for me like it works for this person? A lot of it's my size too with these kids, because a lot of them are close enough to my size where it's like, oh, I'm gonna put you in a restraint, but you're almost as big as me, so that's not gonna work very well. So
do you think it's maybe the grade level that you're working with that's the issue? Do you think that maybe you need to go down to more elementary?
No, I think it's honestly just I love what I do there, but it's not ultimately where I see myself. Ultimately, I want to be doing the counseling side of it, not the generally just straight up teaching and behavior interventions. I like the behavior interventions, but I also would like to work in a different setting, in a more clinical setting.
So ultimately, you're working there to prepare you for your next job.
Yes.
That's good.
It's a stepping stone.
Yeah, so it's a stepping stone.
And I'm learning a lot, but...
So maybe that's something to think about. Maybe it's, when you feel like you're getting stressed out, it's almost like you're, essentially a paid internship. You're learning while you're there, and luckily you're getting something back from it, experience and an income. Versus. Right. Trust me, that's a tough job. There's not many people lining up at the door for that job. So.
No, and that's part of our problem right now is our staffing is such a big issue that it's like, well, we don't have enough staff to handle some of these episodes. Like when we had Friday, we had 2 kids going off at the same time. Luckily for me, the guy who was helping me was like a bigger guy and big enough to be able to help me manage him successfully, because otherwise I honestly don't know what would have happened, because they had 5 people in a restraint and me trying to deal with this other kid who's got 100 pounds on him.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
So I was like, okay, can I get some help with you?
So, going back to, talking about both jobs, school, obviously you have to go to school, right? Ultimately,
Yeah.
Where you want to be. And, I want to get you to the position where you feel positive about both jobs on both days, and that would be like the first step to doing well in our process, being this is our second meeting. So what I'd like you to do is kind of figure out what are the good things that come out of the special education job and the EMT job. Never mind the bad things, you know what I mean? Because when you think pessimistic, it always, in my opinion, brings you in a bad direction. It makes you take steps backwards. So I'd like you to start thinking positive about both jobs, because ultimately the EMT is your stress reliever, right? Mm-hmm. And especially from what you tell me, your special education job is what is going to help you for your next job.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to do it, right? Essentially.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like the job. It's just a lot of the political side of it that comes in with. I'd like a lot more if we were comfortably staffed to the point where we weren't afraid of one kid having an issue, because it takes two of us and then we're no longer one-to-one.
Do you find that's a problem at many other schools as well? Not
No
just
idea.
yours? You don't know, because your first place, no. Well, you know, and it, being that, is it the most, so you chose this place, this school, because it was close to where you live, or is it because it was the only place offering a job to you at the point?
The program offered me a job.
Okay.
They have programs in multiple different schools, so it was something where it's not anywhere near where I live, but they didn't really have very many up by where I live. This one was close to where I go to school, so traveling from East Lyme or Old Lyme or whatever to New Haven is a lot closer than.
So it's a convenience factor.
Yeah.
So
And then, I mean, like I said, I love, now I'm attached to the kids, because the kids are adorable. They're wonderful.
So it's a positive thing about the job right there.
Yeah.
So going back to, you know, what I wanted to try to do is your first homework or your first lesson, not lesson, or your first, what do I want to say? The word I'm looking for. Assignment or homework, okay, is find the positive in everything that you're doing every day. You can write it down. You know, what I do for remind myself is I text myself. I have my phone and my number in my phone, and I text myself reminders. For you, I would say at the end of every day, if you have the time to do it, or you know, if you have the voice activated Siri on your phone, you just hit Siri, send myself a text message, and then just ramble on about what was good. About, oh yeah, I could show you. I do it all the time. You could just say, you know, Siri, send myself a text message, and then she says, okay, what would you like to say? And then you just start rambling, talk to her, tell her what was good about the EMT job, and then when that text is done, she sends it, move over to the special ed job. You know, it doesn't take much time out of your day. You don't have to type it, and then you'll have that on file in your phone. And the next time you come through, you can look at it, remind yourself. I don't have to see it if you don't want me to, you know, but if you'd like to show me, and we can go through it together and take the pros out of, you know, what you did that day. I'm not a cons guy, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean by that? I don't like looking at the bad side of the jobs, because in this position you're in, you need the job right now. It's your source of income. I'm not going to divert you from it if it's a temporary job for you anyway. You know, so we're going to look to find the best things in that job to keep you there and keep you positive and working well while you're there.
Yeah, I think the hardest part is just trying to manage it all with school. Like, it would be one thing if it was just those two without going to school as well, but trying to go to school in addition to it all is just, it's kind of like that, what's the saying, straw that comes with the camel's back or whatever.
It's just that one more
It's
step.
just that one little thing that's just like, boom, here you go. So,
the good news is it's
play with Siri.
It's March, it's March right now. I'll show you. It's March
7
right now,
weeks.
so a couple more weeks and you get a little bit of a break. Yeah. Well, what, June or July? When you
May
May.
and June and
Oh yeah,
August.
May and June. But you're not taking them in July.
May to June, May to June, June to July, and then one in August.
Are you taking all 3 sessions? So that's a whole other problem we'll have to deal with. So balancing the balancing act. But
I managed to balance one of the class. At least, I mean, on the bright side, it'll be like, I think I have 2 classes from May to June, 1 class from June to July. That's so much less than trying to juggle 3 classes plus in the summertime. It's less hours at work. August, I think I have like almost the entire month of August off.
yeah, that's good.
So it's good. Not so much good for income, but I could use a break, and I am fully planning on a vacation. Just a little weekend, whether it's somewhere we can drive to or whatever, but I'm getting out of this godforsaken state.
It's cold weather.
This cold, disgusting
Doesn't want
weather.
to go away.
Because I'm convinced it's still going to be snowing in June.
It's done. Ran out